Atisha, something like that, says, just got accepted this week to be a foster parent for a reptile rescue.
Okay,
super
cool.
excited. The animals they have right now are surprisingly in great shape.
That's great. That's good. That's good. Well, good. That's awesome. I mean, foster, like care of dogs, animals, kids, always, it's like, it's not for everybody, right?
Right.
Not for me. I couldn't do it. So God bless you for doing it, because as soon as I get an animal, a kid, I haven't wanted to get rid of my kids yet.
Yeah.
I get attached like immediately. Like we had, my stepbrother-in-law, who passed away unfortunately a few years back, he used to foster cats and dogs. And they were always mad. I mean, he had one-legged dogs,
gang dogs.
Every dog and cat he had was like no eyes and stuff like that. But but I still would fall in love with them. And I was like, how do you get rid of them? Like, how do you not? Once you have them, they're your family.
I know.
But good on you, because I think that takes us. It's same thing with kids. People that do kids. Holy shit! God bless you, man.
If you're doing a human, that takes some crazy strength.
Yeah, to not fall in love with that human and
And I'm sure they do fall in love, and they or something, or they have something, but they're so good at letting go. It's crazy.
I don't know how I couldn't do it, man. No. I get attached to a fucking rat if it doesn't get eaten.
Once it's been around for 35 minutes, it's like, oh, Kevin, come on, let's go hang out at the park.
The ball python didn't eat. Kevin, we got to keep him for his whole life.
For his whole life. But Lori, we can't get rid of him. Look how cute he is. He's got black spots on him.
I tell you what, man. I'm not even kidding you. I freaking saw a rat yesterday that I was unfortunately fed off. Fed off to the spot ball python, by the way.
Yeah.
This rat was white with one black patch over its eye.
So cute.
Oh my gosh. I had to look away.
Dude, there was a couple the other day that were black and white spots, like almost like cows or something. I melted, dude. I was like, I love you so much.
I know. That's why.
So that's how you know. We love everything. Yeah. It doesn't matter. It's not, we don't get joy.
Yeah.
Aaron.
But then I killed that motherfucker. No.
But I killed that motherfucker, ran through him.
I didn't.
Aaron says, love what you've been doing with the vlog. I'm eventually looking to get some new medium-ish sized lizards. I have a Beardy and an Aki. What do you suggest? And Jay, I think we share the same birthday. Mine's July 29th, baby.
Ooh. I think mid-sized lizard. I think like Savannah monitors.
That's where I'm at.
Makes sense. I think like Argus monitors stay small. For a monitor,
lace monitors are hella expensive, right?
Lacy's are expensive, but they're very good. But they get big. Lacy's.
Do they get big?
They get like 4 or 5 foot.
Okay.
Obviously, tree monitors stay small. Gosh, it's tough. Chuck Wallace, the big ones get big. Like they can be 30 inches.
Yeah.
Euromastic Egypticus get really big. Cool. They can get 30 inches. So yeah, lots of options for mid-sized lizards that are super dope.
Nathaniel says, I had to postpone my visit again because I needed to pick up a T-positive Salvatore before Nerds sold out for the season.
Well, there you go. That's a good one.
Nope, that's no excuse. You're not allowed here then.
So he said a T negative or positive.
T-positive Salvatore.
Yep, T-positive water monitor. Yeah. I'm talking to Kevin about a T negative right now. Ooh. He sent me pictures of like some 9-month-old ones that. But he's got some babies due to hatch within the next month, and I might just wait for a baby.
Ooh, that would be dope.
I don't know. It's so hard.
I know.
But, it's nice to get the well-started one because now you don't have to worry about it being fragile. But at the same time, you get
to grow with that.
Like Toothless is so freaking cool.
And there's a reason for it, yeah.
Because we've been messing with it since the day we got it,
Yeah, and he's like the chillest monitor out there, you know?
Yeah.
John came back to say, I really do value your opinion and look up to you and just hope one day I get to meet you and get to pick your brain.
Yeah.
Thank you for all you do for us every day. You inspire me to want to be a better man.
Well, thank you, John. I appreciate that. It means the world to me. It really does, and that's I tell people all the time, I don't want my channel. It's funny, this is another thing that someone said in the video I posted on Instagram.
Right.
They said something like, I just feel like most reptile YouTubers now aren't educational. And I thought to myself, well, is there a rule that I have to be educational all the time?
Right.
Like I can't just be edutaining. I can educate and entertain. You know what I'm saying? It's like you will never find one thing on any bio of mine that says educational only.
Yeah.
Not one. I want to inspire. I want to entertain. I want to make people's day better. I want to watch the vlog or have others watch the vlog and feel happy.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that I don't have to educate you to make you happy.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, it's harder to make you happy by educating you. Yeah. Do I hope you learn? 100%. And will some vlogs be more educational than others? Absolutely. But I don't understand how somehow, like if you're an animal guy, if you're not 100% educational, somehow you're bad.
I agree with you. I don't know, dude. But it is a thing. Like people do look at it as like animals are science in a way, and therefore you should be a biologist. And it's like that's not how it has to be. You could just be passionate. And
and listen, YouTube is a platform for entertainment. It's not just a platform for education.
Yeah, of course.
And I think that it's weird. I just think it's weird when like somehow you're like, oh, this channel used to be educational. You're like, what are you talking about? Like, I think we're more educational now than we've ever been.
Oh, for sure.
And like, but I don't know. Anyways, it doesn't, I don't care. I mean, I can't please everybody,
Atisha came back to say, also my name is pronounced Attica.
Attica.
I've never heard that. That's beautiful.
That's
I love
actually
that.
really cool. Attica.
It's a cool name.
That's nice. I like that a lot.
Brenda Foster, she says, I was supposed to be there tonight at 8 p.m. with my husband and son. My anxiety kept me in Tennessee. I love y'all. Hope you have a great night, Bride J. We miss you already.
Sorry. Brenda, listen.
You can do it.
I understand your anxiety more than you understand. Trust me. I understand your anxiety more than probably 99.9% of the people on this planet. I can tell you, the only way you're going to get past your anxiety is to become comfortable with the uncomfortable.
So
right?
true.
So what happens, let me tell you. I'm going to tell you a quick story. And what was her name again? I'm sorry.
It was Brenda Foster.
Brenda.
Yeah.
Brenda, I'm going to tell you. I got a call a month ago at 10 o'clock at night. Now, let me back up a second. We had worked a few weeks and I was really tired. I mean, really, really tired.
Yeah, we were exhausted.
And I was going to take Tuesday off, right? I was like, and I told everyone, I'm not answering the call. I'm not doing anything. Tuesday is off. I'm chilling at home, doing nothing, man. Tuesday. I get home at 9:30 at night on Monday night. I'm so happy. I've got a sauna. I know I'm first world problems, but I go in my sauna and I'm chilling. I'm just like, oh, I got tomorrow off. I got tonight. I'm going to watch a movie tonight, stay up late because I don't have to wake up early tomorrow. I am chilling out. And all of a sudden I get a call at 10 o'clock at night. And it's a friend of mine saying, do you want to do a video with Mr. Beast, Jimmy, Mr. Beast, biggest YouTube channel, as far as watch, views on the internet. And I said, hell yeah, I do. He goes, you got to be in North Carolina tomorrow. I go, where? And he tells me, I punch it up, 13-hour drive. It is 10 o'clock at night. I have to be in North Carolina by 5 a.m. I literally go, I don't know. Let me think about this. I'll call you in 5 minutes. I call Jay up.
Yep.
And I say, Jay, I know it's our day off tomorrow. Do you want to go on this 13-hour drive to go do this video with Mr. Beast? Jay, of course, says, fuck it. Let's do it, man.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So I call him back and I go, all right, I'm in. He patches me in with the producer and he says, now I got to leave 6 hours from right now, right? After I'm going to take the day off. And I've got anxiety like a mother. Effer, right? So they patch me in with the producer and she says, you have to drive. You have to leave by 4 in the morning to be here by 5. But you can't bring anybody else because of COVID. We have COVID protocol. You got to come alone. So I literally almost had a panic attack.
Yep.
I call one of my managers up. Is this worth it? I'm trying to find. Really, I'm asking somebody to tell
say
me
no,
don't do it. But everybody, Lori, Noah, Jay, everybody's like, dude, you just got to do it, man. I literally drove for 13 hours. On the edge of a panic attack. Yep. Literally every hour I got into that drive, I felt worse because number one, I didn't sleep that night because I was so anxious. I literally stayed up all night. I slept like a half hour the whole night. So I wake up at freaking 3:30 in the morning. I finally just get up at 3:30 because I'm like, I can't sleep. I'm just going to get ready. Leave at 4 o'clock. No sleep. And if you know it with anxiety, when you're really tired, your anxiety is even worse.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm driving. First time I've now traveled a couple times since my anxiety really kicked my ass last year, which has been now a little over a year that I've had the anxiety as bad as I've had. And it's gotten much, much, much better. But still, it's there. So we've traveled with Jay and with Lori. But this is the first time I've traveled alone. I mean, I'm talking even like an hour away alone, right? First time.
Yeah.
And I'm going to 13 hours away to a place where I know nobody, not a person, to the biggest YouTuber on the planet, and I have to perform. I have to make sure that video is worth it or I'm screwed, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of pressure. But this is the thing. I did it. And that video came out, gained 70,000 subscribers from the video. I'm sure made some great connections, got really tight with the guys from Mr. Beast, Jimmy, and all the guys from Mr. Beast. We still stay in touch, via text messages, and we're going to work more with them in the future. My point is that I sat there and thought, what if I would have woke up Tuesday morning, decided not to go, and I would have been sitting on the couch at 2 o'clock in the afternoon watching Judge Wapner or whatever, and I would have been thinking, what if I would have went?
Yeah.
What if I would have went? And I didn't. And that's where you are right now. You're sitting watching me on a podcast rather than being here today. And I'm not judging you, and I'm not chastising you. I'm telling you, step out of your comfort zone, because that's how you're going to get past your anxiety.
Right.
You're going to get past your anxiety, because you know what? It sucked driving to North Carolina. I was pretty anxious even when we were filming. Not as bad, because I get anticipatory anxiety more than actual, situational anxiety.
Right.
So I had okay, but I still wasn't doing great. Got done with filming. We filmed a day and a half. I drove home feeling like I was on cloud 9 because it went great, and I accomplished something that my anxiety didn't stop me from doing.
Yeah, you defeated it.
I defeated it, and that made me a stronger person. It made me stronger towards anxiety, and I encourage you to come visit us, please. Please, please, please get your butt in a car whenever it is, next weekend, 3 weekends from now, a month from now. Don't let your anxiety kill your life. Step out. It's the only way you're going to get past it. And now I'm off my soapbox.
No, dude, there's no soapbox needed, bro. The stuff that you're talking about is so important. You know what I mean? And as much as it sounds funny, like when you look at anxiety, me and Brian talk about it all the time. It's like an imaginary lion that's running around, right?
Yeah.
And if you're by this, say if your goal is to get into this cave, but you're so scared of the lion, it's like you'll never go in that cave. But if you go in, you get to see. If there's a lion, you slay it. If there's not a lion, then you just continue into the cave, So just don't let things that aren't there hold you back.
Yeah, don't let it, because you're never going to get better, and you're going to miss. We'd had a hell of a time.
Hell yeah.
So come see me.
We miss you already.
If you don't come see me, I'm going to be mad at you.
Soulless Honky says, hey, everyone, love and 420 from Portland.
Portland, Oregon.
That's
in
my
the
boy.
house, man. We got to get out to Portland, man.
Dude, I would love to.
We got to get out there, seriously. As soon as we can travel again and life,
Gotta hit that Mount Hood, baby.
Yeah, Mount Hood would be great. Just love fucking Portland. I love it, man. It's one of my favorite places.
Yeah, I would love that.
We used to do a show in Hillsboro, which is just south of.
Cool.
I think south. It's close to Portland, and I love that area, man.
R&B Reptile says, can you tell us a fun story about one of your Africa trips? Can't wait for our visit at the end of the month.
So R&B is the call that I got at 10 o'clock.
I know. I thought that was so crazy because they never listen.
Yeah, this is the first time I think I've
seen it a couple times, but it's just random. That's awesome.
So these guys are going to be here later this month, and they're going to be on the podcast. We're going to do some videos on them. What was the question again, though?
Can you tell a story about one of your Africa trips? Can't wait for our visit. So pretty much that.
So, I mean, there's so many stories. I was obviously, chatting on the gram today with Heidi from South Africa. And it's just such an amazing place, I will say it was funny. The first time I was ever in South Africa was for the Brian in the Wild thing. I'd never been to South Africa.
So cool.
And so we did all the research, and I didn't know Heidi at the time, unfortunately, but I had a couple other fixers, Bushveld Reptiles, who sent us some cool animals. They now live here in Rhode Island, but they were in Bella Bella, which is by Joburg, not too far, about 45 minutes to an hour away from Johannesburg. And they were one of our fixers, and then a guy named Clint that we will eventually meet, Jay, down in KZN, was the fixer for KZN, the southern part of the trip. And it was funny because some friends came along. We had production crew and friends, and I remember Jason Miller, who used to be 5-word Animal Facts on Animal Bites. He came along, and we flew to Senegal, right? And then we stopped in Senegal, and they re-upped all the food and stuff like that. So the food from here to Senegal was nice, good food.
Yeah.
And it was South African airline, by the way, and which is not a real great airline, but it was the spirit of the Africa. It was the spirit of Africa. Yeah, spirit of Africa. But hey, it was cool. We did fine on it. And food coming, to Senegal was like American food, right?
Right.
But it was cool. They had a couple drinks that were South African drinks that I fell in love with. I can't remember what they are because it's, I just can't remember. When I go there, I always drink it. It's like a real, it's like mango and this and, this like really fruity thing. And I so everywhere I go, I always like have one drink. Like when I go to Australia, I always drink either Bundaberg ginger beer or lemon lime and bitters. That's like my two things in Australia. That's all I drink. So when I was in South Africa, this is all I drink is this punchy type of fruit thing. But anyways, my point was we land in Senegal. It's now 8 hours still to Johannesburg, and they serve us some chicken. I have no clue what part of chicken this is. I don't know.
Chicken livers or something?
I don't know what it is. It's chicken. It's chicken, but I've never seen it look like this before, right?
Oh, no.
And so we all, this is like 4 hours into the flight. We all eat, and we're all sitting together. It wasn't a very packed flight. Like the flight to Senegal, weirdly enough, was like almost packed. But then the flight from Senegal to Johannesburg, there was like maybe 20% of the seats were empty. So we got a chance to kind of sit around and stuff like that. And but so about 4 hours into flight, we eat, and Jason's like, "Oh, I'm not feeling good, man." And I'm thinking, yeah, we just ate like some fucking Senegalese bullshit that I mean, who knows what it is. And so we finally land, and he's still feeling sick. He's still feeling terrible. This is a 16-hour flight now, between the two flights. And we land, and we get out of the airport, and I remember landing and just being like, oh my gosh, we're in South Africa, and it's just so amazing, and it's just we're all on top of the world. We actually, Warren I'm sorry, just completely blanked. Warren and his wife, pick us up from the airport. We get all our rental cars. We drive, and literally we get like 10 minutes outside the airport, and we have to pull over because Jason has to puke.
Oh, no.
And he's puking all over the side of the roads. And now we're not sure if there's like lions there. We have no idea where we're at. And so, we're like, is there like lions running around? He's out in the bush, like puking in the middle of it's like 10 o'clock at night, dark outside.
No. Scary.
And he's in the middle of the woods, and I'm like, is he going to die? Is like something going to attack him? And they're just laughing at me, and stuff like that. So,
that's question for you.
Yeah.
How did you meet Heidi?
So Heidi, so there's something that's called the SOS show, Reptile show.
Okay.
It's the biggest show in South Africa. So I actually reached out to them. I didn't know Heidi was the promoter. I just reached out to the promoter of the SOS show and said, hey, I'd like to come there. Would you bring me to the show?
Yeah.
And ultimately she got back to me. I think the first year they said no, or they couldn't, or something like that.
Right.
And then the second year they're like, yeah, we'll come, we'll bring you out, we'll pay your way
awesome.
and stuff like that. And so that was when myself, Forrest, and I think just me and Forrest. Me and Forrest went to the SOS show, and then we hung out with Heidi.
That's so cool.
And Arno, and then we became great friends ever since.
Yeah, I love them.
I literally talk to Heidi almost every single day.
Potato Chip the Tortoise asks if you have any legless lizards.
Listen, I can do me a favor.
Yeah.
Punch up. I don't even know what they are, but I'm going to just ask you. A Lebanese legless lizards. I didn't even know this was a thing.
Wait,
but I saw this on
is this dope?
Images, maybe, hopefully. Please come up. Nah, this isn't it. Let's see. The Lebanese ones were black.
Black.
So they were like the. Oh gosh, yeah. Let's see if they punch up. So kind of maybe.
What the heck is that? Look at that. It's like silver.
That's pretty cool. Maybe a couple down right there. Maybe that.
Think this?
Yeah, I think that might be them. Anyways, I follow a guy that he's from Lebanon, and he does herping in Lebanon. And the other day, it was a giant legless lizard that was black, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
These are hooks. These are metal.
Those are metal.
I didn't realize that. I'm like looking. I'm like, it says mild steel with rustic patina. I'm like, it looks like snake tails. So
it does,
got me on that one.
So I don't know. I mean, I'm going to have to reach out to him, but I would love to get whatever that Lebanese.
That's sick.
Legless lizard was. I would like to get that. So no, I don't.
Where did you see it?
It was on Instagram.
Weird.
And I'll have to. It's like a guy following Instagram that lives in Lebanon that does a bunch of hunting and he also had there was another lizard that I had never seen either. that I was like blown away by. I was like, oh my gosh, it was a Lacerda. It was like some Lebanese Lacerda, and I meant to message him and just go like, can we get these?
Yeah.
Because I want those. I want that Lebanese Lacerda, and I want the
Lebanese legless lizard.
Legless lizard.
And I mean, what Triple L, dude? Like, what a crazy name, Lebanese legless lizard.
Yeah, exactly. But so no, not yet. But we will get some.
Damn, son.
Can we rail this in?